Okay, welcome again, everyone. This is Group 6 presentation. I have Danielle, Amy, and Kanisha here. So let's let you all go ahead and take it away.
You can go ahead and move to the next slide.
All right, advocacy is a process of actively supporting the cause of, speaking or writing in favor of, or defending and interceding on behalf of a person or group. It may include providing information and tools for self-empowerment in patients' health and social care and helping them obtain needed services.
An advocacy organization is an organization that supports, protects, or provides information. They help patients, their families, attorneys, or health professionals to navigate and make decisions regarding their health and health care so they can receive the best care or needed services.
A professional organization is an organization that exists to promote a profession, enhances careers, educates its members or the public, helps improve the standards of the profession, offers networking support, and influences policies. You can go ahead to the next slide.
So professional organizations preserves health and treats illnesses. They teach and train other professionals. They provide leadership and assistance and advocate for patients as well. They're available for health professionals or people who are willing to pay the dues. And then advocacy organizations they address ongoing health concerns, ensure access to care, protect funding for core health programs, and are responsible for working on other important health concerns. They're available for health professionals in the health field or people interested in public health. Also, they have a lot of students that are involved as well.
Next slide.
The principal advocacy organizations that are related to healthcare management, the first one that we found was the Federation of American Hospitals, or the FAH, and the website has a lot of information on it, www.fah.org. They primarily advocate for the for-profit hospitals and organizations and represent over 1,000 investor-owned or managed hospitals or healthcare facilities. They influence national policy and give expertise to federal legislators. They advocate for the market-based healthcare, and they really believe that market-based healthcare is what benefits the consumer because there's competition, and it breeds innovation, and it provides, the high quality and safe healthcare because of those things. I found 3 levels of membership. Institutional is, like a hospital or a large organization. If they join, they have to be accredited and licensed by the state. Then the next level is associate members. That would be like medical societies or law firms, suppliers to the healthcare industry. And there was some rules about exactly which kind of suppliers. So it's a little specific. And then the lowest level is an individual student member. So just like us as students that are enrolled in a course in hospital administration or a related field, we could join a group like this as a student. And again, the services they offer, they advocate for changes in healthcare and important issues in healthcare. They do research. They create public policy. They communicate. And they do have an annual policy conference and a business exposition. And then they have educational programs as well. Next slide, please. The next one is the American Hospital Association, or the AHA, and their website is www.aha.org. And this is the group that primarily advocates for the not-for-profit organizations. Their mission, it says on their website, is to advance the health of individuals and communities. And they advocate for hospitals, health systems, and other related organizations that are accountable to the communities around them. They advocate in key policies that involve Medicare, Medicaid, clinical integration, which is coordinated patient care, which is they're finding much better for the patient when everyone's communicating and coordinating with each other. They work on modernizing federal laws, health information technology, health reform, and patient safety. They share best practices, help with legal issues, and keep people updated on the latest development in the laws. Their membership is $200 annually for an associate member, and then $150 for a professional member, and $25 annually if you're a retired member, an educator, or again, like us, a student. And what they offer their members is leadership conferences, webcasts. They also have an annual meeting, health forums. They do print publications online and in print. They also do research. They have a resource library, and just a lot of ways that they educate and keep you up to date on what's going on. Next slide, please. And then the last one we focused on was America's Health Insurance Plans, or AHIP, and they also have a website with the same name. They are a national trade association that represents and advocates for the commercial health insurance community and its consumers. And their mission states that it is to advance a vibrant private public healthcare system that promotes consumer choice, product flexibility, and innovation. They monitor and advocate on many important healthcare issues, and there was a whole page of them. But they range from health insurance tax to the high cost of drugs. They also do research, and they are really active. They advocate in Washington and in all 50 state capitals for public policies, and they really try to expand access to all Americans through competition in the marketplace as well. They really believe that consumers should have choice, quality, and innovation, and they basically represent the insurance industry's interests. The only information I could find about memberships was just that they were $295 annually. And so they provide members with education. They also do research. They have quality assurance programs. You can have access to medical staff and policy experts, and even public affairs staff to have guidance or their expertise as well. Next slide.
Okay, so some of the principal professional organizations, well, first off, there were a ton of them. There were so many to choose from, but I tried to focus on a few that related to either healthcare administration or healthcare management. 5 of those main ones were the American Association of Healthcare Administrative Management, or AAM, the National Health Career Association, or NHA, the American College of Healthcare Executives, or ACHE, the Association for Healthcare Administrative Professionals, or ACAP, the Healthcare Financial Management Association, or HFMA. Next slide. So the AAHAM organization, they offer a bunch of education opportunities through webinars and local chapter involvement and social networking. They really try to focus on getting in groups and being able to connect with people who are going through the same either education or even just jobs. There's a lot of certifications available. There's the Revenue Cycle Executive certification, the Revenue Cycle Specialist, Certified Compliance Technician, and there's a list of a couple others, but those are some of the main ones they provide. You have access to a bunch of publications written by the Journal of Healthcare Administration Management, national news, e-news watch, and also legislative currents. They have advocacy opportunities. They're a voice in Washington on a bunch of legislative issues in the industry. And like I said, there is local chapter involvement through networking, training programs, and leadership development at the local level. And there are discounts on the products and services. Usually on some of those publications and certifications you have to pay, but there are significant discounts for people who become members of the AAHAM group. Next slide. The second one was the National Health Career Association, or NHA. They help professionals obtain training and certification, whether it's administrative assistant certification, phlebotomy technician, EKG technician. There's a list, I think, of over 20 on their National Health Career Association webpage. So if any of those are interesting, there's a lot more information on their website. They also give you access to their job board to search allied health openings in the area, and access to CE credits, or continuing education credits. These count towards the NHA certification renewal. Next slide. The third group was AIC, or American College of Healthcare Executives. There's career support for those who join this group. They give you a directory of postgraduate administrative fellowships, and that can be really helpful after you finish your degree, getting more experience in the healthcare industry. They give you access to the Executive Career Resource Center, Job Bank, and Resume Bank as well, and also give you more information on the AIC Diversity Internship. Similarly to the other two groups, there's publications and newsletters they give you access to, and educational opportunities that are similar to the other groups, seminars and webinars, self-study courses, and they also give you reduced registration on the student track at Congress. There's financial assistance for this group. Scholarships are each worth around $5,000, and they also give you reduced dues. Some were over 50% off, typically, from other organizations. And there's also networking and online resources that they provide links to at their webpage. Next slide. The fourth one is ACAP, or the Association of Healthcare Administrative Professionals. They give you access to the annual conference featuring both administrative topics and experts in the healthcare. They come and speak there at the conference, and so that's a big learning opportunity through ACAP. They give you access to the job bank. They give you free membership for a year after a loss of a job, tuition discounts with educational partners, online membership, members only discussion forum, and access to social media channels. This is kind of interesting because people are just able to ask questions about either questions regarding jobs or even just scenarios with their schooling. It gave them a lot of access to help from others, similar to BYU Idaho and our discussion board. They offer certifications and educational opportunities, up to 6 free webinars a year, the annual conference, and they have a publication called Notations, and it's a quarterly newsletter, and also networking opportunities as well through the conference. Next slide. The next organization is HFMA, or the Healthcare Financial Management Association. They give you access to the #1 publication among CFOs, or the HFM. They give discounts to the program if you join. Buyer's Resource Guide. It's a comprehensive vendors directory. I tried to look in a little bit more on that because they didn't give much information other than the name, but I believe it just has to do with the vendors regarding healthcare and who you can buy certain merchandise from for the hospitals, and it gives you specific access to each of those vendors, and so that was pretty neat. Weekly news through the HFMA, publications and newsletters, networking as well, and similar to all the other groups, they had forums and newsletters and webinars and certification programs. There's over 120 PPE credits and free registration to the education events that they hold. There was, I believe there's another, what's that word? Conference, thank you, the conference. So those are some services provided by the HFMA. Next slide.
So some of the organizations with advocacy and professional functions are the American Nurses Association and the American Medical Association. Like I said, they provide both advocacy and professional roles and functions. Next slide. And then to join these, most of them require a membership application. Some are handwritten and mailed in, and then a lot of them have online applications as well. Generally, there's an organization due that must be paid in order to be a member of the organization. That fee can vary depending on what your profession is, if you're working or retired, the amount you make, or if you're a student. There's also often discounts for students to join. You can join at any time. Like I said, students can join. Some require that you have a specific license though, but the APHA only requires that you have an interest in the field. And then next slide, I think that's references.
All right, very good. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and do a question and answer here. One of the things that stood out to me is, as you're naming the different types of organizations, a lot of them have opportunity to join even now as students. Let's have one of you go ahead and discuss what maybe some of the benefits of joining as a student might be, and whether or not you would actually consider doing it.
I guess I'll go ahead. Lots of the organizations provide discounts for students. Almost half on a majority of my professional organizations. They provided half off on a lot of their typical dues, and so it's a lot cheaper for students to join. And kind of what Danielle was saying, some of the groups you just have to have an interest in the topic or such, but you have access to a bunch of the job banks and resume opportunities, and whether it be webinars or seminars, there's just a lot of opportunities that come for a cheaper cost by signing up as a student.
I think, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Amy.
Oh, I was just going to say, I would add to that like when I was researching the advocacy groups, I mean, some of them were as low as $25 a year. And I think the benefit that I would see in it is just really seeing what's going on in the healthcare industry as a student. It would help you to kind of stay up to date and see what the issues are. And I think that would be interesting as we're, as we're going through our classes, that we would have some insight then from some of these groups.
Good. I guess let's just do one more question. Of all the different types of organizations that you look through and thinking about your future career, what you want to be doing, is there one that stood out to you that you think you would be likely to join, and why?
That's a hard one.
I'm trying to remember all of the abbreviations off the top of my head, so I'm running to the slide real fast.
There are a lot of abbreviations in there.
Yeah. I'll start with A most of the time. Just kidding.
which is good because your quiz for the week has a lot of abbreviations in it as well.
Awesome. There's the one group, I'm trying to get to it real fast. They gave you access to a resume bank, and that was kind of specific to that organization. I thought that was neat because resumes, any format, usually cost, and so to see when applying for jobs in the healthcare field, I thought that was pretty neat to have that as a resource. I'm trying to see where it's at.
Is it here on the screen? ACHE?
Yeah, it's right there. And it's
Yeah, sorry.
the job bank as well. So it might be a good place when you're getting your degree and you're getting done to start looking. So that would be a big benefit.
It's also the only organization that offers scholarships. So if you're looking for opportunities to kind of fund some of the, either your learning or within the group itself, that was specific to the ACHE organization as well. And scholarships are always helpful as a student, so I liked that as well.
Yeah. And I think another key thing about it that you mentioned a bit is the networking capabilities that you may have with it. You know, when we're in the business world, when we're in our careers trying to find it, networking does play a big part. You know, there is your skills, there's what you know, your education, but also there's a bit of who you know as well. If you get networking, get to know people ahead of time as you're getting into it, it can give you that much more of an advantage too. So, all right, that is it for me, unless any of you three would like to add anything. All right, well, I'll let you enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. Happy family home evening to everybody else. And thanks for your hard work on this, and I'll catch you all later. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.